Today we are going to start a new series of lectures, that is Education for Environmental Awareness. And out of this series, today in this session I will speak to you on the topic environment, concept and types. We know that environment is very important, and in surrounding we most of the time these days hear that environment is being polluted, which is very important for us. So as a teacher educator, it is our duty to educate the teachers, the students and the youngsters to know the importance of nature and how to preserve, conserve and protect our environment. Because here on this point I would like to remind you the great educationist and philosopher Rousseau. In past he gave the slogan, "Go back to nature," realizing the importance of nature. So we'll see here in this session what do we mean by environment, what do we include in the environment, what are the internal factors, outside factors, and what do we count in it, and what are the types of environment, and why we are talking about environmental pollution, and how we as a teacher educator, teachers, parents and stakeholders make aware our children, our youngsters to protect the environment. क्योंकि कहते हैं आज नहीं जागे तो देर हो जाएगी. So in this session I'll speak to you first what is environment and what are its types, and later on in the coming series I'll speak to you what are the strategies, how can we make our youngsters, our students aware to protect the environment. And before that we will also discuss how the environment is being polluted and what are the causes, what are its impacts. So to begin with, I'll discuss with you environment, and of course I'll speak to you in its historical perspective, what was the condition in past and what are the efforts are being done in the past, and what are the threats being known to earth. So let us see, very well that World Environment Day is celebrated on 5th June. And why do we celebrate Environment Day on 5th June? So its purpose is to encourage worldwide awareness and action to protect our environment, meaning by we want to make aware our public to know the importance of environment and how further we can protect our environment, because the nature is very important. And I feel that human being has forgotten the importance of nature, because in the we can say it is man's greed or his luxuries or his urge to have more comfort. Man is trying to pollute the environment. How? We know that nature is important and its importance has been recognized since Vedic period. Well, earth, water, sky and air are the essential factors of life. If for only the comfort of life or luxuries of life, if human beings become greedy and try to pollute the environment, just imagine what will happen, because earth, water, sky and air are the essential factors of life. And due to increase in population, the pressure on the environment has become alarming, and we are to make the youngsters, our children, our students aware not to pollute the environment. And the major problem before us is environmental pollution, because science has make improvement, and due to this improvement in the scientific field, we have win over the diseases. So what is happening? The population explosion is there, and due to increase in population, the major problem before us is environmental pollution. Harmful chemicals, when mixed in environment, is known as pollution. This cause could be natural or created by man. Just now I was speaking to you that man has become greedy, and for his or her own comforts trying to overuse the natural resources, and this cause can be natural also. I will be speaking to you how the environment is being polluted by the natural reason, and how it is being created by man himself or herself. It can be the ash by volcano eruption, or by the toxic gases released from the burning of fossil fuels. I will speak to you how man is polluting the environment, which is really harmful for himself or herself. See, whatever may be the causes, may be internal, may be natural, or may be created by the men, whatever may be the causes, but it has become a worldwide problem. We know that energy consumption and waste discharges have increased due to economic development. Of course, economically we have developed, and there is more and more urbanization. Due to urbanization, due to opening of industries, due to this industrialization, what is happening? More and more waste discharges in the environment, and it has become a worldwide problem. Because I will speak to you how this urbanization and industrialization on one hand is giving us comforts, but on the other hand it is spoiling our health. And when health is being spoiled, our mental peace and everything is being lost. See, water pollution, greenhouse gas emissions, and acid deposition have created health problems. I will speak to you that there are various health problems. On one side, science is improving, but on the other hand, due to this industrialization, more and more health problems, more diseases are coming up, and it is high time that the problem should be investigated from multiple perspectives. Because on one hand we have got machines for our comfort, we have become comfortable, but on the other side our health is being lost. So it is high time that this alarming situation must be investigated, not from one side, rather from multiple perspectives. What can be the solution to save our nature, to save our environment? On one side, science has brought changes in the life of an individual. Of course, we are admitting, we are accepting that our life has improved. So many changes has come in the life of an individual in the form of new inventions. We have got machines for our comfort, but on the other side it has affected the life of individual negatively. So we have to make balance, because there is imbalance in the nature, because we are not using properly our natural resources. Man has become greedy for the comforts at any cost. It may be any cost, but the man wants comforts without knowing the importance of health. Man has forgotten the importance of health, and it is said when health is lost, everything is lost. So it is high time that we have to realize the importance of health also. It has dragged, this greed has dragged the man to lavish consumption of natural resources. And what is the result? When man has trying to lavishly the consumption of natural resources, it has affected our life negatively, because our health is being affected negatively. Of course, we are again admitting that science has given us so many comforts in the form of various machines, but we should not forget that we have to take care of our health. We have to protect this nature, which has resulted in deterioration of environment. Deterioration of environment is really harmful, and it is high time that all of us should realize that the environment should not be deteriorated. As in fact we know that the dust, the smoke, the fire scattering of unhealthy and even poisonous matter in the free atmosphere, like the fumes from the exhaust of petrol and diesel engines and other obnoxious substances, are direct offsprings of science. You know very well, when you have cars, you have other vehicles, you have mode of communication for your comfort, for covering the distance in shortest time, but when you are trying to reach your office, your destination, your homes, after reaching you complain that it was a great traffic jam, because we are overusing the vehicles and we are not trying to walk on foot sometime for one day even. So of course standard of life has improved. The way we have prospered was beyond imagination of the earlier generation, meaning by our forefathers, our parents. They could never imagine, the earlier generation could never imagine that life will become so prosperous. The machines will work out for hundreds man. One machine will solve the purpose of hundreds and thousands persons. So the life we are enjoying, the comforts we are enjoying was really beyond imagination of our earlier generations. We are fortunate, we are lucky that we are living a comfortable life, but it doesn't mean that we should enjoy these comforts at any cost, at the cost of our health and at the cost of spoiling our nature. So we have to realize the importance of nature, and we have to teach our children that how to protect and conserve the nature and how to use these natural resources. It has created a lot of environmental problems like global warming, ozone layer depletion and climate change. I speak to you when there comes the climate change, and if there is rain without its time, then what happens? Agriculture is being affected. When agriculture is affected, then the production or the fruits or the vegetables, they will become costly, or they will be ripened by the help of artificial fertilizers, and that will definitely affect the health of the individuals, which is being done. So this climate change or global warming or ozone layer depletion, they have created different problems, but it has to be acknowledged that the developments have damaged and deteriorated the ecological system. I will speak to you in brief what do we mean by ecology or ecological system. This global warming or these kind of problem have deteriorated or damaged the system and caused widespread destruction of natural resources which are essential for the well-being of human being. For what? The science has improved. Science has given us so many inventions for our comfort, but that is spoiling the health of human being, and humans are destructing or overusing the natural resources, which is not good for the well-being of human being, for the human health. Because I have spoken to you, if health is lost, everything is lost. It is universally accepted that this kind of environmental imbalance can be reason for annihilation of all living beings from this planet. When there is imbalance in the environment, then there will be annihilation of living beings from this planet. Of course, these machines, these comforts are good, because I have spoken to you just now that all this comfort, all this kind of life was beyond imagination from our forefathers, but we have destructed the environment, and environmental imbalance is a great problem for us. It is alarming. That's why I have spoken to you a sentence that ab nahi jage to der ho jayegi. This has become a cause of concern for all of us to save our environment. When we have discussed so many aspects, so many factors, so it is now vividly clear before us that it is important for all of us to save our environment. For it, preserving, protection and conservation of the natural resources is must. We have to be cautious that how to preserve the environment, how to preserve the natural resources, because we have come to know in brief the importance of nature, importance of ecological system, importance of environment balance. Now, going further in the session, I would like to discuss the historical perspective of environment. What was the conditions earlier and what were the efforts? In brief, I will discuss the efforts which were done worldwide in earlier times. See, its historical perspective, systematic formulation of human ecology started in 1915 when Robert E. Park published an article in American Journal of Sociology titled City Suggestions for the Investigation of Human Behavior in the City Environment. In the 60s, Society for Human Ecology was formed, which published a directory of human ecology. It was published in 1984, containing the references of 250 scholars. And in 1951, earlier to it, a Commonwealth Human Ecology Council was formed in England. In 1979-80, in India, at Rajasthan University, Jaipur, an interdisciplinary conference on human ecology was held. In 1985, Indira Gandhi Center for Human Ecology, Population and Environmental Studies was established. But since ages, man is spoiling the environment. Not now only. I am saying that since ages, man is spoiling the environment. How nations all over the world have been growing more apprehensive of the deteriorating environmental conditions. United Nations held a meeting in 1968, then in 1972 to solve this problem. In 1985, Robin Clark, an eminent futurologist, pointed out that energy resources like coal, oil are being depleted and forests are being cleared, which can lead to loss of various species. Not now, even in earlier, it was being practiced by human beings that forests were cleared, and which was really a harmful effect on the life of the individual, for the nations on the whole. NCERT has contributed a lot in this area by developing a national curricular framework From 1989-90, the central government sponsored a scheme of environmental orientation to school education, giving cent% financial help to states and voluntary organizations. So, in brief, we have seen its historical perspective, but still, if it continues, there is a great threat to Earth atmosphere, and if Earth is in danger, we are definitely in danger. See, what are the threats to Earth's atmosphere? Rain, carbon dioxide, accumulation, and ozone layer. The damages are the three major threats to Earth's atmosphere. Acid rain is caused by the sulfur and nitrogen oxides thrown into the air by burning fossil fuels from power stations and automobiles. These oxides from sulfuric and nitric acids, which dissolve in rain and snow, fall back to the ground and do drastic damage to buildings, forests, and all life forms in lakes, etc. Ozone layer, which is essential for the survival of life on Earth, as it absorbs most of the harmful ultraviolet radiation emitted by sun. If we talk about human ecology, it is scientific and holistic study of human environmental interactions. According to Commonwealth Human Ecology Council England, it is the key concept of our age. Through an understanding of it, we can influence change constructively. That is what I am trying to make you clear, that environment is important for us, nature is important for us, and it's our own duty that we have to protect our environment. So, understanding of it is very important, linking the social, spiritual, and economic with the physical and biological without jeopardizing the rich variety of life which has evolved during the world's history. So, after knowing the threat to Earth and its historical perspective, again, in brief, I would like to make it clear to my viewers and listeners that what do we mean by environment and what we include in the environment. The term environment etymologically means surroundings which comprise of air, water, and land. In modern concept, environment includes not only water, air, and soil that form of our environment, but we include in environment the social, psychological, and economic conditions under which we live. Meaning by, of course, we know that air, water, land, soil, they are important component of environment, but not only these component. In modern concept, in environment we include our social aspect, psychological aspect, and economic conditions under which we live, because just few minutes back I was speaking to you, of course, due to the advancement of science, economy has improved, but environment has been deteriorated. According to Holland, environment is a word which describes in aggregate all the external forces, influences, and conditions which affect the life, behavior, and growth, development, and maturation of living organism. See, what are the types or components of environment? Natural or physical environment, and the second is social environment. See, what do we count in natural environment? The elements which surround us from all sides come under it, like air, water, land, and plants. It can be subdivided into biotic, which we call biological, organic, or living, and the second subdivided category is abiotic, inorganic, or non-living. See, the sun, we are aware that sun is the life source on the earth, and earth moves and rotates around the sun. Plants, birds, animals, formation of day and night all depend on this phenomena. If we talk about heat as a component, basic source of heat is solar radiation. We acknowledge well that humans, animals, plants and birds all need heat. Mixture of gases forms the atmosphere. Troposphere is composed of nitrogen, oxygen and other gases, and CO2 is the permanent component of air. Ozonosphere intercepts the major part of ultraviolet radiation. It is a protective natural device for life on the earth. Carbon dioxide is also a permanent component of air. Oxygen is another essential component of air and water. And if we talk about water, for survival of life on this earth, water is essential. Water of oceans, seas, river, lakes and ponds all come in it, but unfortunately most of the water in India is polluted. If we talk about minerals and soils, soil is another important component of environment. Is soil, the cutting down of natural growth disturb the fertility of land. The tribe cuts and burns forest for cultivating crops for food. Soil is disturbed, it must be preserved. And second part is the social environment component of nature. It includes in it all social, economic, political and cultural relations of human being. Friendship, neighborhood, clan, caste, class, religion and relations between nations come under it. In fact, climatic conditions have a big impact on the life of human beings. The physical, social, cultural and psychological environment affect the nature and life of human beings in one way or the other. So, well, I hope, my dear viewers and listeners, that we have come to know by this discussion that nature is important and what do we mean by the environment and what are its types of environment and how man is spoiling since ages the environment, and it is time to protect the environment and we should not misuse the natural resources and we should save our earth, our planet and the life of human being. Thank you.